In today's episode, I will be building a rock bumper or aftermarket bumper for my cousin's 88 Toyota Hilux. So what we're doing here is we are installing a 4x6 tube. Okay, basically it's going to become a bumper. I can already imagine it, how it looks like. Okay, I don't have any drawing because the drawing that I have is in here. Okay, so anywho, we're gonna chop this much metal off. Okay, and then we're gonna make this thing go like that and that way, so like that way. So anyway, here we will be installing a tire carrier here. Okay, and basically there's going to be a swing out arm from here to here. Okay, it's going to swing out that way. That's where the tire carrier will be. And also the gas cans, they're going to be on the tire carrier. In the middle here, you can see this little thingamajig here. We're going to cut a hole here, and we're going to install a receiver in here so that he can tow light stuff or special stuff for his camping trip. So that's what we're doing. If you're interested in this video, come follow me and let's see what we can muck up with. Okay, so anyway, okay guys, so this is what's going down. I'm going to be cutting this tube right here, 63.5 inch long. This is the center line, which is 31.75 inches. Okay, and that's the center line. So I'm gonna have a little bit, about 2 fingers length. How do you say this? 2 finger length extension. Okay, this bumper will have that length. Okay, so it's about 2 finger length. Okay, and so I'm gonna cut this. While I'm at that, I'm gonna be making I'm gonna drill a hole here. Okay, and that's basically I'm gonna make a bracket. You see this bracket right here? This is the old bracket. I'm gonna make a little what do you call it, slot here from here down, and this is where the new bracket will be. It's going, and I'm gonna weld in the new bracket onto this bumper right here, because this bumper is going to hold a lot of weight, and my cousin wants it to be that if he has to, he wants to tow. So where the center line is, I'm going to make a little square hole right here for a 2-inch receiver, and we're going to weld in a 2-inch receiver there. So this thing is going to come down a little bit like that, and it's going to come down like that. Okay, so basically it's gonna try to follow the contour of this. Okay guys, so this is what I did. I have just finished chopping this end off. Okay, as I mentioned before, I measured it to my the spec that I liked, and I have chopped it off. Okay. You don't need a plasma cutter or those special tools to do it. What I use is old-fashioned angle grinder. And of course, so that's that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift my attention to the bumper here, to the back of the truck here. As you can see here, made a hole here. I don't know, not a hole, but a dot, and a dot here. This thing right here, the bracket's gonna start from here down. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a little slit about 1 inch long here down, and so about here I'm gonna start with this little thing with the hole. With a drill bit, so that I could cut across, so like a U. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this as a punch. Okay, so I can use my thingamajig here, and I could drill it in. So now that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slot this up here. Okay, so what I did is I cut here, but I'm running into this bracket right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the bracket here, loosen the bracket here so it'll go down. Okay, so cut the slot here. As you can see the template right there. I'm going to template a bracket going all the way through there. Okay, and cut the slot there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep this for a little bit while, and I'm going to spray black paint on it so that it doesn't rust. So that's for my cousin. So that's how it looks like. Okay guys, so this is what I did. Painted the areas around the thing here. It's not dry yet, but I'm gonna take it out anyway and let you look how it looks like. Okay. Okay, that's how it looks like. Not the best, but clean it up. It's a little bit of a acetone. Okay, this is so that it'll keep the rust out from the cut edge here. Okay, so the bumper is cut to size. So you look at here, I've made it so that it's that much apart here. Okay. And then, as you can see, from here, well, it's all measured out here. Let's see, where it touches here, and then where it comes to here, it's about 1/2 inch. It's the same thing as the other side. That's how I how do you say that? This is how I find the center of the thing here. So anyway. Again, that's the center point right there. Okay, that line. Okay, so now I'm making a bracket. This is a 3/8 bracket here. This is the OEM bracket for the bumper. And the sad thing is I can't use it. The reason is because although this thing serves as a holding point, the bracket here, this thing is, you know, this is too, this goes down too low, and so I can't use this. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to fabricate my own 3/8 bracket plate here. So basically, but before I do that, I want to show you what I did. I used this part of the bracket here as a template and drew it on a cardboard, and I'll show you what I did. Okay, so so that's the cardboard, and that's the bracket right there. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna transfer this template right here onto a 3/8 plate and then cut the shape. And if you look at here, okay, my cousin wanted me to make it so that this thing can carry weight and tow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a slot right here. So I'm going to weld this part, just pretend this part is inside here. So inside here. So once this thing is inside, what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld it inside here, right? So that it becomes one piece. After that, I'm going to weld this part here. And that's what I'm going to do. So, okay, so it's done. So what I'm doing here is I'm just waiting for this bracket to be made. Okay, or I can make my own, but I don't have that thick of steel here, so I won't be able to make them. So I'm going to have my cousin cut me a 3/8 thick plate, this size. Okay, about 2 foot size. and this is the template. So that's that, and let's start working on the bumper there, the part where I'm gonna cut, all right, where this thing is gonna go in, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is what's going on. You see this part? I'm gonna drill a hole here, okay, so I can cut this part right here. Why I want to drill a hole here, the reason is because when I drill to here, it's gonna make a hole here for me. So when I cut here, it's gonna cut right into the hole, and so I don't risk you know, stressing out this end point. It's better to have a circular or half circle end. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna fast forward this so you have an idea of what I'm doing. Okay, so cut the slot for the bracket that I was telling you about, and so it's coming along. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld this here, okay, when the correct bracket comes in. I'm going to weld this here and weld this here. That's all I'm going to do. I thought about going in and making a hole right here so I could weld this bracket inside, but I'm not going to do that. Figure this is strong enough. I'm going to weld this here, and when the other bracket comes, it'll be high enough for me to weld this in. So it'll be one piece. And being that this is like this, I'm sure I could go in with the gun and weld it up on one side. So yeah, I can do that. But here I'm gonna cut this just like how I cut that. Okay, this right here. But I'm not gonna do it here. I'll do it another day because it's getting dark. It looks like the sky's dark and it's gonna rain. So that'll be for another day.